Hello, y'all. I'm in the mood for maybe a few making like an extra bonus, a video or two since, because I'm actually on vacation this weekend, so therefore I have, the time on my hands to make an extra video or two. I'm just kind of in the mood to video tonight. I mean, just to kill some time. But anyway, here's how my memory goes tonight. And I mean, it's a true story. And in the summer of, 1991, when Mom and Dad were still together, they bought some farmland in Nyota, Tennessee, and it was like way up on a hill, and just a bunch of pasture land as it goes down and kind of plateaus out and all that stuff. But anyway, of course, Dad first started out by having a big barn built on their property, and I think if I can remember right, he kept the horses there that we had at the time, and I don't remember exactly. I mean, that was ages ago. I mean, I think we actually bought the property in 1990, but and had the barn built in 1990, but had our actual home built in 1991, and and we lived at that home until circumstances changed for the worse, which is a long story, but my memory is firing for this guy that was our brick mason that helped lay the bricks, I think, around the foundation of our porch, and also our chimney that we have built. And his name was H.L. I don't know what in the shit HL stands for, but that's exactly what they called him, HL. Yeah, seriously. And I'll get back to HL in just a minute, but what also sparkles in the memory is like, a memory of like, a Galaxy box fan used to like cool areas of our home that the workers bought, for ventilation of the areas as they were like, constructing our house. I mean, for their ventilation, I mean, since the house wasn't actually ready yet, to have the central air conditioning hooked up, but they used an actual, Galaxy box fan. And back when box fans were made good and could really, move out that CFM, but I will show you a picture of a box fan very similar to what was used, to cool our place back in 1991 as our home was being built up. Yes, a fan just like this was used to cool the areas of our home back in 1991 that I think it belonged to Keith Barton, our electrician, if I can remember right, but an exact mimic of, the exact box fan that was used to cool our place. And just like this box fan, except, I mean, this box fan has its handle missing, but I think that box fan that I'm remembering actually had the handle, and it had the exact same spokes in the open spokes in the center hub as this fan in the picture, but that's the exact fan used to cool our place. Now back to HL. HL, I guess, was an older guy. I mean, pretty much solid gray hair, and he was like really unique. And I mean, he would just, as he was walking around, talk to himself. And there were actually a few times when I thought maybe he was talking to me, but he was actually talking to himself. He would just mumble on his, whatever the hell, unique thoughts come to mind or what have you. And I remember, him filling his metal water canteen at our yard spigot that they put up, and he was telling me that he had that canteen for like 30 years or so. But, what really jogged my memory is like, back when I was going through my weight loss process, and I'm still going through my weight loss process, but, I remember a conversation that, HL had with my sister Ellie, one day. My sister Ellie, Ellie was, offering, to HL to get him something to eat or something to, snack on. And HL told Ellie, "No, I don't want anything to eat. I only eat one meal a day, and that's it." And that just blew Ellie's mind. And HL went on to tell Ellie that sometimes he'll go without, anything to eat all day. I mean, some days he would eat only one meal a day, and other days he would just go without, eating. And furthermore, that blew Ellie's mind, and she went around, gossiping about HL and saying, "I can't believe this, but HL only eats one meal a day, and sometimes he doesn't eat, anything." And when I told Ellie about, this memory, here, this exact memory, which really did happen, Ellie does not remember the conversation whatsoever, and does not remember HL at all. But yet I remember both HL and the conversation very perfectly. And whenever I was going through my weight loss process, one thing I was considering is eating only one meal a day. And of course, I was told by, lots of folks that isn't a good idea at all. My metabolism will go through the roof. And my family even told me you need to, eat at least a few small meals besides just one meal a day. And I told my family, I texted them and I said, "Well, do you all remember HL, the guy that laid our bricks at our Nyota home? HL told Ellie that he eats only one meal a day and sometimes goes without eating." I mean, bear with me, I repeat myself at times, but and of course, they couldn't. They just have, they are just so much in awe about how well my long-term memory works, I remember a shitload of things that happened like ages ago very well. I mean, my family is, and everybody else that knows me is just so amazed by my memory, you know. But anyway, and you know, and when I think it was one day I was seeing my family in person, and you know, they kind of knew about me considering only one meal a day, and then of course they thought that was a shitty idea, and I reminded them, but HL, the guy that laid our bricks at our Iota home, I mean, ate only one meal a day. And then Bruce asked me, is HL still alive? And I said, no. And Bruce was like, well, there you have it then. I just, you know, I mean, I do remember, you know, some pinpoints of HL and, you know, his antics and all that stuff. And, but HL, of course, I heard through the grapevine that HL, I mean, he died, and more than likely he is dead, and it was like ages ago that I heard that HL actually died and all that stuff. But I mean, he was a little on the eccentric side and all that. I mean, who says I'm not on the eccentric side also? But another memory I have of HL is, you know, one day HL was coming on the site of our house and coming inside our unfinished home to start his work. And that Galaxy Box fan was sitting next to the doorway and like, you know, running. And then HL unplugs the fan, picks up the fan, sets it somewhere else, and goes, that noise drives me crazy. I don't want no fan. I don't want no fan. And well, HL's like co-worker, like, you know, actually talked him into putting the fan back, and like, you know, and then actually using the fan, because, I mean, that's all they had for ventilation at the time was that Galaxy Box fan. But, you know, HL, you know, definitely did not want that Galaxy Box fan going. And it's like he kind of threw a temper tantrum and, like, you know, and, you know, set that in, unplugged the box fan, moved it into another room, and like he was trying to kind of, you know, hide it because he so much didn't want that damn fan used. But, you know, that was all they had for ventilation at the time. But I just remember HL pinching a fit over, you know, the other workers wanting that box fan going, but yet he did not want that Galaxy Box fan going at all. I guess because the noise of it drove him crazy or what have you. But, you know, my memory of HL saying he eats only one meal a day sometimes goes on without eating, and also HL displaying his, like, you know, unique characteristics with that Galaxy Box fan still lives on in my memory today, and remember it very well. But, you know, another reminiscing story, and maybe more reminiscing stories to come. Not only that, but, you know, other videos of different natures coming up, including my 1-year sobriety, you know, video. So stay tuned for that, and have a good weekend, and catch you on the next one.